Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome to episode 15 of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. Today we're starting off over here inside of the steampunk city, taking out our friendly neighborhood skeleton if we can get to him. I just need to climb the hill. There we go. And now over to what we finished up in the last episode. Last episode we did a heck of a lot of mining and built up this crazy cool slime farm. There you can see a little slimy boy falling out right over there, and I am in love with it. Thank you all so very much for the support on that one. Today, however, we've got a little bit of work to do over here. Then we are headed back over to the flower forest village that we started a few episodes back, where I want to finish that build today. However, first and foremost, you probably saw all of the dark oak logs in my inventory, gathered up so many of them. It's kind of ridiculous, and I've crafted up a bunch of wooden axes where we are going to start placing a bunch of stripped dark oak logs down here. I didn't want to use my diamond axe. As you can see, the durability is a little low on it, and I don't have a great way to repair those anymore. I've spent too many diamonds on those things. We got a lot of diamonds last episodes, which was awesome, but I think for now I've got a bunch of these wooden axes on me, and I can make a lot more of them. So I'm gonna see how far I can get through on this thing. All in the while, we do need some more slime to be able to finish up the flower farm over at the flower forest village, whatever we're calling it. Wow, that axe did not last long. While I get all of these logs placed down here, please be sure to go ahead and click that like button for me if you're still enjoying this series, and we'll get over to the flower forest village here soon. And misplaced that one. Running into a wee bit of an issue here is I'm out of dark oak wood. Yep, we did not mine enough dark oak wood or gather it up to fill this entire area, but what I think I can do, and I want to try this over here, is I think we're probably gonna need like another stack or so. And if we come over in this area, just being able to add some of the grime out here with using some coarse dirt, I think can work out pretty well for us. My thought is that we can keep it more close to the edge where we have the granite, because those blend together really well. These wooden axes really don't last as long as I thought they would. Not really sure why I thought this was a good idea. Probably should have made at least cobblestone ones. We have more cobblestone than we have wood. All right, now we are stripping down the dark oak logs in style here. With a shred of the final bit of the stone axe left here, this area is now completed and ready for us to add some buildings on top of. I just had to get this fixed up today. It was bothering me so much. Oh, look at that big boy falling out. Just fall in the pit. It's okay. Just go in. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, yeah. Burn alive. Burn, burn, burn. Give me your slime balls. Which I'm now realizing I need to go back in here and collect. That's not a way inside. There we go. Now, how many do we have? Ooh, we've got... Oh... Ooh, there's even a drowned under me. Wow, we've got a lot of slime balls. We really need to dry this place out and be able to go collect those, though. Run away from the darkness. Now, for what we're working on next, we're actually going to be needing a lot of technical stuff, because we're going to be building a one-tall flower and seed farm, which I'm super excited about. I've never actually built one of these before. I've got the general idea of what we're going to need. You know what? This is a trash can. Just go in there, stone axe. So we're going to be learning on this one here together. I don't know why I'm doing all these technical things back to back, but this right here should hopefully be the bare bones of everything that we're going to need to actually build this farm. Again, I don't really know what we're doing. We're playing this by ear today. Now for the long journey in our turtle boat all the way over to the flower forest village. Arriving at our destination just in time to watch the sunrise over our beautiful, beautiful flower forest island. I'm really excited to be back in here, and thankfully it looks like not many mobs are able to spawn because we're just now getting close to the shore. And heading on inside, I think I'm gonna set my spawn here for now, just in case we do die or something bad happens. You just don't really want to worry about it. Oh, we can still sleep. Nice. Now for the technical farm build. This biome over here is still Sunflower Plains. We're looking specifically for, if you do this, F3, and then you look right there. And there's a creeper right there. With our bees hanging out in their beehive, they seem to be loving that spot. So I believe up in this area, we should see flower forest. Yes, yes, we do. For this farm here, unfortunately, the best way it's gonna work and actually give us the ability to make it look super nice is to hide it inside the mountain. So we got a few blocks that we need to break out in here. And then the outside we can decorate with a bunch of flowers and turn it into a lovely flower hillside. But I am thinking we could come right inside of here and clear out a fairly large area. What we want to be using is we're going to have a dispenser, say, sitting right here, and I believe that can stretch 3 blocks in each direction for some bone meal action. Or is it 4 blocks? I don't know. I think it's 3, so we're gonna go with 3, and we'll clear out a 4 wide area because we'll need that later. We're building a flying machine today, folks. It's gonna be rather cool. They're kind of technical, they're kind of fun to work with, and I think I found out a pretty good way to make them work pretty seamlessly. The goal here is to create a large dirt platform that eventually be filled in with the grass right over there so we can bone meal it and all that lovely stuff, so we've got to start spreading a bunch of light around here. And I am now realizing that I left my slime blocks, my glass, and all of my rails back over at the city. I gotta travel back there. So the way this farm works is at the layer where we have these stone blocks right here, we're gonna be having some slime blocks going all the way back and forth and back and forth. And we're gonna have underneath these stone blocks, or underneath that grass block more specifically, there's gonna be a dispenser looking straight up with a bunch of bone meal in it that we're gonna have a redstone signal going to. Basically, when the little flying machine gets all the way over here, it's going to trigger a redstone line that goes down here ideally, then causes that dispenser to fire once, sending some bone meal up, adding a bunch of flowers and grass and all that stuff up here to create that, and then we'll have another one that'll fly over this way that'll also fire that off of here. So in order to make the slime block flying machines work, they need to not be sticking to anything, otherwise you get stuck with a lot of technical stuff that I really don't know a great way to understand, but I just know how it works. Or I guess I don't know a great way to explain it, I just know how it works. Words are really hard today, everybody. We're doing technical stuff, my brain doesn't do this. Made the long trek back home, got our slime blocks, our rails, and all of that good stuff. And first and foremost for ourselves, we're going to need to craft up quite a few of these furnaces over here. And this is how we're going to be controlling the flying machine. We're going to be building up the docking systems over here. And I'm just going to clear out, for my own personal reasons, just a little bit of space. And how much can I take out back here? Not much. Not much at all. Well, okay then. Let's see what we can do. So if we say the flying machine is going to be 1, 2, 3 like that. And then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, and 4 right in here. So we're gonna have the middle point like this. And on top of these would be a bunch of slime blocks resting so that they're gonna be pulling the glass back and forth for us. What we're gonna need next is an observer looking all the way up at this guy right in here. So we are unfortunately gonna be needing to go out that side. Maybe we can find some steampunky gear way to cover up the system. It's really unfortunate that we're gonna be sticking out here, but it's something that we just gotta deal with for now. Now, underneath all of these guys is why I crafted up a bunch of those furnaces. Furnaces can't be pushed by any slime blocks or anything like that, so if we put those down there, it's actually going to stop them. That being said, we can use our little technical biddies here and put in a sticky piston right there and put in another sticky piston right here. What these things are going to do is that would push this one here, and then that'll get extended, which will activate, and then that'll pull it back like this. But we've got to make this fully equipped with some observers. So we want to face these going upwards. So they're looking at the roof with their little faces up there. Then all we need on top of the observer right there is we're actually going to need a bit of redstone. And then we are going to be needing a repeater right there looking back into the side of this one. And what we would actually do on top of this point is I need to place an iron door right there, or iron trap door. But if we do that, that's going to send the observer off to the other side. Now the system right here would infinitely go back and forth, but if we actually add some extra power back at this point right there, that'll power the trapdoor so it can't flip up and down. I know these things look really technical from the outside, but the more that I've been messing around with flying machines, this is probably the thing about Minecraft Redstone that I understand the most. So I think if we do this, that'll send... No, it won't send him off. As you can tell, I understand this the most, but it's still not that much. And I realized why. It's because I'm actually just dumb. I built it wrong. What we actually needed, instead of where I had the observers there previously, they need to be sticking on top of the slime blocks so that they have something to pull them forwards with. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Now, this should work. If we take iron trapdoor right here and attach it to the repeater, there we go. That's what we want to be seeing as it's breaking all of our torches. It should get caught on the other side and stay there. It does. Perfect. And I'm going to relay this up for now. On one of my many trips back and forth to figure out what we're doing, I realized something else. These slime blocks and the glass as we had it, I went back and rewatched the footage of when we had a test run of it pushing everything across. Since we're scraping on top of the grass blocks here, that actually carried all of the torches to the end. So instead of needing to run an entire minecart track down below, like this entire area, we can just set up a few hoppers on both sides and have them come into the same storage area. Now, I know the stuff we've been doing recently has been a bit more on the technical side, so I hope you all have been enjoying it. We will be getting back to some building here soon. I've got a great plan for a build later today in today's episode, so don't worry about that one here. But let me know what y'all want to be seeing moving forwards with some builds. Hello, a little bit of a time skip because I realized I forgot to hit the record button while I was working on a few things over here. So what I've done so far I can show to y'all here is that we've got a brand new system up here that is fully functional, ready to go, and I'm really happy about it. So we left off last clip where we had the flying machine going back and forth, and that was sweeping off correctly and all of that good stuff. What I've managed to do since then is actually climbing under here. Let me see if I can get into a little bit of all these guys are kind of blocking everything. Can we go under them? Yes, we can. So we've got two dispensers here looking upwards. They're full of bone meal, and we've got a little bit of a system using some repeaters to activate these dispensers. So every time the flying machine hits that wall, it activates, and every time it hits that wall, it activates. Then after that, I found out that with our current system of having all of these grass blocks scraping the floor over there, is it would actually push all the seeds and the flowers to the end. So we didn't need to run minecart with hoppers and everything underneath there. So I've just got these nice little systems of hoppers that are catching them on the sides, and now everything is coming down into this point. As you can see, it's working. It's working really well. And then if we flip this guy right there, that'll start everything. Very sorry I didn't catch all that stuff earlier and everything. Ooh, it looks like we got a little bit hanging off the edge there. But as you can see, these are all gonna come back over here, and they'll end up down in our nice little pit where they're all gonna get picked up and moved right back across. Now, as you probably notice, however, the area, it's looking a little rough on the outside, especially this section because, well, that's actually a redstone line coming all the way over there that we can't move anywhere else because it would block this hopper line. So it's kind of stuck there unless I find a different solution for it. So I was thinking we could turn this almost into a hobbit hole style of coming out right down this way with some more of our birch logs and actually extending that out by 3, and then we go over here by 1. And then we do 1, 2, and then I think we take 1, 2, and 3. And this is currently the back entrance to get to all of the redstone stuff, which we won't actually need anymore. So just throwing a quick torch down there should be totally fine, and we can bring the last one right up in here. We're going to be showing a tiny bit of the farm around this edge, but that's okay with me. I think if we start just stretching everything around here, in using a bunch of spruce slabs around the top, it should be able to hide it a bit. Well, actually, I messed this circle up here because we had 3 to 2 to 1, and then I went right back to being 3. So this line here would actually be moved forwards 1. So taking all of this in right throughout here, and then this would come back into this point where we'd have another double line. That actually is going to work out really well. Hopefully that makes sense. We went from yurts to huts, to now we have hobbit halls, all on one island. And to finish off the hobbit holes, we're just gonna have the spruce roof down on this lower one that I've already built out, and then coming out throughout here, we're gonna use a little bit more of this magenta. Using the same type of roof pattern that we did on the first place, I want to throw these windows onto the side here so that they look really nice, and then I'll give us the ability to bring all of this stuff up and have it looking very, very clean and in line with the style that we've previously done. Taking a look from the back, and it's a bit rough. Obviously, we still need to strip the birch down. I don't know, do we want a purple zebra house? A magenta zebra house? I'm okay with that. Yeah, we can leave it. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna strip that down right now. Throwing our door back in here, and that should be most of this house finished up on the outside. The inside, obviously, is, it's had better days. Well, yeah, probably before we did anything to it, it looked much better than this. No, I just finished the pathway and a creeper blew it up. Oh, come on, buddy. I'll take that as an opportunity to say that the front was not working out very well, so maybe we bring in a few little bits of spruce stairs around here and we can stretch them up this way, not like that. And instead of having some dirt just stretching around the top, maybe we bring in a little bit, another one of those little decks that we created down around our main area. And crafting up a few more spruce fences over here, we can bring those guys straight down here, and we got a little bit of a raised balcony. Obviously, we're gonna need to make it look a little bit nicer than it is right now, but under here we can take a bit of this cobblestone so it doesn't look like we're just building on top of dirt. It doesn't have to be too intensive, but just a little something down here. The creeper even blew up some of my tree. How rude. I just built this. I think I might have lost my Minecraft builder's license if I didn't at least put in some sort of a spruce floor in here. The rest of this, however, yeah, we'll fix it up later. Now, there's one thing I am very worried about post-creeper incident is I think one of my bees got blown up. I think one of my bees just died. Do we have any left? I brought you all over here so I could give you a great place to live. I even brought your flour with us, and I think I've managed to kill the bees more than I've helped them out. It's really not good. Please, any bees up in there? Anybody? I guess we could see if they're really angry and I could get some shears and harvest that, but I really want to see if they're around here first. Oh, there's one. We have one bee. We have one bee. That's great. Do we have two bee? To be or not to be? That is the question. Hi, buddy. Do you have a friend? You can have a flower. Do you have a friend that wants to come out and have another flower? Yeah? Do you have a friend here? Any friends? No friends. Is it just you and me now, buddy? It's real sad. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this together. I promise. Oh, he did have a friend. He did have a friend. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here, you can have a flower too. Please, please breed. Breed. Yes, yes. Maybe? Are we gonna get a baby bee? There we go. We've got our baby bee. Oh, I love it. Yay. We can actually do that. I think I'm gonna get a campfire if we have one, which we do. And then we're gonna get some shears over here. And if we place the campfire directly beneath the hive, so right down here, that should smoke out the hive, and then we can use some shears and that ended up there. Okay, Silk Touch, let's do that so we can keep the campfire. And something's wrong with one of my bees. I don't know what's up with him. Where did this honeycomb stuff go? Oh, right there, perfect. What you doing, bud? You just kind of really into that block of dirt over there. Okay, I'll leave you be. Now we do have a bee hive, however, which is fantastic. And what I'm gonna do for now, just to see if we can coax any of these bees to join in it and settling in a new colony, because I'd love to actually build like a small apiary area somewhere and start actually gathering up a bunch of bees. We'll leave this guy right here for now. Not the best looking, but it's something. Now for the front balcony area, I just added some oak trapdoors going all the way around it, added a few lanterns to give ourselves some more light, and I think that'll do it. I think that's gonna be pretty good for ourselves for that system there. And now, my friends, it is time for me to head back over to the city, get a brand new pickaxe for ourselves because, well, it's time for that build I was talking about earlier. I said I want to do a big old massive build, and well, I want to do a windmill. So we're going to be putting it right up here. And with that, my friends, let's go ahead and kick this off in a good old-fashioned time-lapse mode and get this thing built up. Why I keep picking all these giant projects and just, I'm just going to take down a good third of this mountain before I build the thing on top of the mountain, I don't really know, but it just seemed like a great decision at the time. So we brought all the terrain way down here, then started building up this really cool windmill design. You're going to recognize a few bits of it from, say, the hardcore windmill that we built in our last series with the top of this one for the blade itself, and then everything else in here I tried to make it more unique and experimenting with a few things, like the acacia logs in there and the gray concrete powder, and I just love this. Then we have a bunch of stripped acacia log up here, and trying to have a bunch of gears and make it more on the steampunky side. Instead of just having the blades in the front, I wanted gears going around the entire thing, and then a rotator belt on the far side that we'll see here in just a moment. As we're flying around this good old thing, we got the ladder to get up to those upper layers, and it just turned out really cool. I like this a lot, and I've got a few ideas here of how we can connect that up into the actual redstone farm that we built, but that's the windmill. Looks great. And here we have the windmill up close and personal, and I love this thing. I've still got to get a little bit of a setup in here for an interior for us. We don't have a way to get in there because, well, all of the gray concrete powder is going to fall down, but that's okay. Not planning on including anything on the inside. Up here as well, we've just got a few beams moving around. No mobs, we're good. So I brought this thing down here because I wanted to make it look like a turning belt of sorts, like the one that we had created back over in the city, and I wanted to somehow connect that up to being all the way down here where we have these guys. I need to go get the Silk Touch pickaxe back. I've only got this guy for now, but we need to be able to cover everything up on this point. Thankfully, I think I do have a good amount of stone back over here, and I finally did it. I had a creeper explode on this area. No, more importantly, I built a Nether Portal. We have a Nether Portal now linking us back to the city, so it's much easier to get around. I'll fix that creeper hole here soon. Still got to figure out a walkway to get up top, but I think before I do that, I'm going to start this and let that run for a little bit and generate some flowers for us. Definitely is a little leggy as we're up here, but that's okay. The reason why I want the flowers is so that we can add a little bit of the one tall flower field on top of this hill. Now back down at this little section of redstone, however, is I wanted to take the time just to get rid of a lot of this dirt. Then bring in a lot of the stone that we just picked up and simply cover this section because I think that'll probably be our best bet to do. However, I was thinking we could have a way for that rotator belt thing to stretch over this way and then also come down here. So if we were to say take like right off of this point, We can have another 2 of these logs sticking out, and I only have 2 of the birch trapdoors on me, but we can have this rotating around here going across the entire area. We're getting it onto an even layer with that one. We can build a bit of a boulder or some sort of technical thing over here. For now, I'm just going to add this guy in, and we would need to have them coming out this way. So we're gonna need to be on the same layer there. If none of that made sense, the idea is that we're gonna have this band going up there, which will then be hooking into this band right over here. And then as that big guy rotates this little beam over here, which then in turn will be rotating this one, which then in turn comes all the way down here and will be rotating the one below us. Look at this technical stuff explaining how our flower farm works. Oh, I've got to go chop like another stack of birch trees. We've got the Nether Portal right over there, a lovely path through the Nether with some torches, and a great netherrack tunnel. We'll fix this stuff up soon. I want to build a nether hub here soon. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below what we should do for a nether hub build. I want to build a cavern of sorts, but I don't know what to do from there. And I don't have gold armor on. Please leave me alone, piggy. Running away, running away, running away, running away. And he stopped chasing us. That's good. As the boat ride was previously 7 minutes to get across, this one was actually only about a minute. Oh, thank God. We've got so many birch logs in here. Oh, that's gonna be great. We can drop off the rest of this junk for now. Oop, that goes below. Oh, we actually have almost 2 stacks of birch trapdoors in here. What was I doing? Back over here and working getting the bands in, and I wanted to, instead of just having this disappear into a rock right here, I want to turn it into a small little structure. So I was thinking it might be worthwhile to extend this stone up a little bit further and give ourselves some more space. All right, there we have it. All of the bands are in place, and I think I need to throw a little stone button out here just to give it a small bit of a cap. And then for this guy, this little section up here, what are we going to do? I found a build recently by somebody over on Instagram called Lujo McBoy. They seem to be a Minecraft builder over there, and I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to try making a mini version of it. It's almost like a steampunk engine that they made out of a lot of andesite and everything like that. So I want to see if we can make a blackstone one, as we're using blackstone and basalt kind of to symbolize machinery more so around the world. We can extend some of these full blocks around it to give a bit more detail and structure to this whole thing. And then right up here on the top, maybe we can round off the top section here with a slab for ourselves. And then we can do a repeat of this next little one that we had just done. And I think if we do this like 3 times over, it should look pretty cool. That's feeling like a pretty technical piece of machinery right there. Some sort of an engine of everything going on. And then I think back here, we can just cap it off and get rid of this guy and cap it off with another one of these trapdoors just to show that extra little pop back here. Something like that could be pretty cool. That could work. That's kind of, I don't mind that actually. That's okay. Then you can do that and you can crawl right up there, which could be pretty good for us. And we've got a few of these levers here, which I thought was a clever idea. You can just activate them and having them all pointing towards the middle, and they get that little sparkle of the redstone. Again, thank you so very much to Lujo McBoy for the design for this one. We're at the point with a lot of our builds around here where we've kind of got the style set. Now we just need to figure out how we can keep expanding upon that and still also making things unique as we're going, which I'm having a lot of fun with. So I think inside of here, we can just simply do a spruce plank floor for ourselves and then, you know, forget about it, probably. I mean, I did say I'd do all the interiors, but are we ever gonna come up here? I don't know. The answer is probably not. I've got our ladder built up to another small docking area, balcony, something or another leading up to the windmill, and I really love it. Let's check and see what flowers we managed to get from this farm while it's running. Ooh, we got a stack of azure bluets, we got some pink tulips, and we've got a bunch of white tulips, and then we got some alliums. Let's go dot all of these around. I like the idea of copying what we did over there with the 2 tall flowers onto a smaller scale so that we can know this is a flower forest easily just by looking at it and being like, huh, there's a lot of flowers out there. I'm realizing now that we weren't getting any oxide daisies from that farm, which is a bummer because that's light gray dye, which I used a lot of to be able to make this thing. So we'll have to figure out another way to do that. What do you give? Light gray dye. Never mind. Solution solved. Problem solved. Running around to the side on this little edge, we can create a lollipop field of alliums for ourselves, and I'm thinking, I'll leave the torch in here for now. I'm tired of having creepers drop on top of me, and that should be perfect out here. I know it's kind of flat with just the same flowers, so maybe for these guys, we can dot a few of the azure bluets in just to add a little bit more variety to the shape of them. I love the tulips, but man, do they all get very repetitive. And then even over here where we have all of the lollipops, what if we bring in a few of the white tulips as well, just to add some more variety to it. Now, as we're basically finishing up the flower forest today, I thought it would be a perfect time to look at the windmill with some shaders on. I think we're gonna have to wait for the sun to move across a little bit farther, but already I am loving this. Eventually we'll come back and tweak all of this sandstone and stuff and turn it into a nice looking cliff, but check that guy out up there. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I love all the technical bits with all of these bands going around. I think it's, maybe we could have done a better job of adding in some different type of trapdoor up here, or at least changing the bands to be something else. If you have ideas on that one, let me know what you're thinking. But I think this thing is absolutely awesome. I think that's going to be where we call it for today's episode, though, folks. So thank you all so very much for watching. Click that like button down below if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are brand new. And as I mentioned before, let me know what you guys want to be seeing next. So we're moving back to the city in the next episode, hopefully to mess around with some villagers and finally get mending here very, very soon for all of our armor. But anyways, with that, my friends, I will catch you on the flip side.